Hey, this is Selena, and today's book is book number 40 on my 100 book goal, and it is called Bellowing Hollers by Des Tovar. And I read this book because the lady who wrote this book actually works in the district where my husband is the deputy superintendent. So he had told me that someone in his district wrote a book, so I wanted to order it and read it. First of all, kudos to anyone who puts themselves out there and writes a book and has it published, because that's a huge feat all in itself. So I read this book, and it is not my typical genre. It's not one that I normally read, because it is I would say a science fiction horror type book, and that's just not me. I don't do scary very well. But this book is about a couple of young girls who go on a trip and end up making a wrong turn and end up in a town that has all kinds of strange things going on. And they are basically held captive there and can't get out of the town. And everyone in the town is kind of terrified of what's going on. It was a little hard to follow what was going on. Couldn't really tell, but I think that's part of the story, is not really understanding kind of what is happening. And it was some of the dialectical writing was a little hard for me to read, only because it was disruptive in my reading patterns, but it did have pretty interesting characters, and it was quite creepy, and it was a little out there. So I did started off a little hard for me. I did get kind of in the middle of it. I got engaged, and I really kind of wanted to know what was going on, and I wanted to know what was happening, and I was rooting for the girls and wanted to know, would they make it? Would they make it out of this town? How are they going to get out of this town? Like I said, there were some rather scary characters in there too. So I made it through the book. I got to the end, and I have to say I didn't like the end. It felt a little rushed, and it kind of all just kind of like within a couple pages, everything kind of just ends and shuts down. And I would have liked to have had a little more authentic, maybe, or a little, at least, better transition in the end, so that I could tell what was happening, and a better resolution. So anyway, but Bellowing Hollers, it's available. You can buy it on Amazon. And again, kudos to Ms. Tovar for writing a book and having it published and getting it out there, because that in itself is a huge success. So check it out.